Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we lost somebody. And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm the drummer for Cutthroat Conspiracy.
Hey, I'm Cam. I'm the vocalist for Cutthroat Conspiracy.
So probably I'm going to start you with a boring question that everybody always asks. How did you get the name?
Honestly, we just had a workshopping session, and that was the only thing that stuck. Nobody really wanted to take it seriously, and that was one of them that came up after a while. It was honestly Cutthroat Conspiracy or a jokey one, and the jokey one was going to be Barbecue Bob and the Spare Ribs. So that's legitimately what it was between.
Either work because you're from Texas. So
yeah, fine. No joke.
Yeah. So I'll start you with a hard question, then we'll get into music and all the other shenanigans I get into.
Go for it.
If you can pick somebody alive or dead to play a show with, who would it be?
Dang.
Joe, you want to take it first?
Live or dead? That's a tough one.
Okay. For me, alive currently, I really want to play with Red Durst and Limp Bizkit. I think that would be fun as all hell and just be surprising. Really high energy. They seem like they can bring out, humor and awesomeness in everybody. And dead. Let's see. Joe, you want to take a living one while I ponder dead?
Probably 36 Crazy Fists.
Okay. They're still alive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. I don't know why, but the first person that comes to mind at the moment is Meatloaf. I think that would be both.
Yeah.
I'll do some power ballads, 11-minute songs, and be able to hang out.
Do anything for love.
I would do anything for love. I'm trying to think of a serious metal musician in the past that I would genuinely like to do something. I think everybody that I currently like is still alive.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time to see one concert, which one would it be?
Probably Avenged Sevenfold when the Red was still around.
I would want to go to the Woodstock revamp that had Biscuit, Soundgarden. I think James Brown played that.
So 99.
Yeah, 99. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that.
Have you seen the documentary?
I have seen the documentary.
It is so good. I couldn't.
Sounds like a hell of a sunburn and dehydration, but I think it would have been a great time.
I mean, I wish I was old enough to go, but it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't. I was like, I think 15, maybe 16. Yeah, I wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
So, what was the? What would you give somebody the best advice starting off in the music industry?
Hell, before you even get to the industry part of it, you're gonna suck, like with anything, when you start, and you're gonna have to embrace the suck because that's the only way you get better at anything. You're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. People are gonna hate your stuff, and you got to find a way to let that roll off. Nobody starts amazing at anything. You're going to mumble, you're going to stumble, you're going to miss notes, you're going to get drunk and fall down. And if you can't find a way to keep going past that, you're just going to be another defunct act. We've seen plenty of bands that we love that we came up with here locally that I think the average shelf life is 18 months before they give up because somebody doesn't like their stuff, or they got the wrong critique, or they just got tired of putting themselves out there. A lot of people, you have to proselytize your act. You're going to have to message people on Facebook that may or may not even respond to you. You're going to have to get you're selling yourself, you're selling your art, and no one will listen to it until you can put it in front of them. And if you don't have the balls to do that and fail a few times, you're not going to go anywhere.
And keep practicing. Don't stop practicing and learning your craft, bettering yourself. And
honestly, I know that's cliche, but
yeah.
I mean, this is going to go into my next question because, I mean, it's not really a question. It's more of, I don't know if you want to call it a statement. Nobody really talks about how many times they've got rejected or any of that and where they are today. Like, it's normally just swept under a table.
No,
conversation.
Hell no. It's just like social media. You only see everybody's best life. I think the only band interview that I've watched where someone admitted that, they failed, that they played a lot of shows that sucked, was when I was talking to somebody in person and it wasn't an interview, or it was a lyric in a Hollywood Undead song where Charlie Sheen spouts off that he's played 1 million empty shows to only family and friends. And nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about playing to an empty venue at 12:15 when it's just you and 3 bartenders. Like, and you're going to have to eat those. You're going to play a lot of them.
Just live practice.
Hell, during COVID, we did a whole shows at home series in a venue that was just trying to stay open and keep their audio equipment checked and keep everything functional. And this is the creepiest thing in the world. We were playing in an 800 cap venue with nobody in it. You're just playing to the ghost and the dust. And we did that on purpose.
Yep.
It's right. I went to a Metallica drive-through. Not drive-through, movie.
Drive-in movie one?
Yep. It was Avenged Sevenfold them. It was interesting.
Different experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even playing for a smaller crowd, you put everything into it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, I would rather play to a smaller room crammed with 50 people than a 1,000 cap room with 50 people. I'd rather play smaller, more intimate crowd. You can make a connection that way. People pay more attention.
They got too much room in the bigger rooms to get away from the stage and mingle in the back of the space, and
yeah,
can't really interact with the band and vice versa.
You've been playing for a very long time. So what was one of your most memorable shows? Like, holy shit.
Your first show is always a memorable show. The first time you pack a venue out on your own is always memorable, but that's, a unique experience to anybody. The first larger bill we got thrown on was at Gas Monkey Live, and we got to provide direct support for In Flames. And It started pouring down rain at that show. Mm-hmm. And it's like the clouds opened up and it was water from a bucket. And, Clouds Connected played from In Flames as it was actively thunderstorming.
Yeah.
Well, right after we got done opening up for them. And honestly, there was probably 600-700 people in an outdoor venue getting rained on, all just hugging and enjoying each other. It was a uniquely spiritual moment.
Yeah. That one.
Out of all the songs that you've came out, which one was the hardest to come out?
As far as production, or just to like open yourself up and let somebody hear?
Emotionally.
For me personally, there's a song called "One Missed Call" that we released, and my wife, who she called her stepfather, who she called dad, committed suicide, and he the last text message I got from him was after I ignored a phone call because I was working on call at 1 a.m. and I didn't answer. Promptly after that, I got a text message that said, "I'm sorry," and then he was gone. So I wrote One Missed Call about that experience. Like, I had a feeling he wasn't in a good place, but you can have that inclination and put it off for work or put it off because you're busy. And I did at that moment. I missed the opportunity to talk him down. I missed the opportunity to walk him off that ledge if I had the ability. And I wrote that song about how I thought he might have felt from that perspective. And then the chorus of that was, how I felt, and urging people to, trust their intuition. And I know it's an era of text messages and social media, but if somebody calls you, it's probably damn more important. Answer the phone.
Yeah.
That was my hardest. Joe, did you have a different one? I'm sorry.
I think mine was probably Summit, not coming from like a lyrical aspect because you wrote the lyrics for that one, but I'd written that well over 10 years ago, and I brought it into, and I put like a lot of emotion and stuff into trying to like build that as emotional as I can, but still trying to keep it heavy. And Cam brought in like the perfect lyrics for it that just kind of like first time hearing it, like once we recorded it, it's like just goosebumps going all over, up and down my arms and stuff. And it's a very.
I was gonna bring up that song later on, but
okay.
Those cleans are amazing.
Like, I think I think on that one was originally our old drummer that was doing cleans at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I wasn't sure through the video, but yeah, it matched up very well.
Thank you.
If music was not a thing at all, never happened, not one snare drum, not anything, what would you be doing? I know you have daytime jobs because we all do, or nighttime or overnight.
And I'd have never quit playing hockey, and I'd have never quit playing pool. Yeah. Hell, I played hockey all through high school and some of college. And I love the hell out of it. I stopped doing it when I enlisted, and I wanted to go back, but a buddy of mine they didn't have the heart to fire the vocalist they had that they didn't like, but invited me to the audition, told me that I had the part, and because they didn't have the nuts to fire him, I ended up learning how to play piano. So that audition turned into what I'm doing now. But if that hadn't fallen through, hell, I'd have gone and played Southwest Regionals and Double A with the Promise or something like that. I really loved the hell out of hockey, but this bug bit me when it was something I always wanted to try before I enlisted, and when I got out, it was the first opportunity that fell in my lap to where I felt like I could exercise some demons. So yeah, if not music, I'd be playing hockey, or I'd be playing pool with my dad somewhere.
Me, I'd probably have picked up streaming, gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, still have
like
time.
I'm trying to do it now, but
still got time.
Yeah.
Hey man, you're never too old. What was it? George Takei didn't get his first acting gig till he was 42.
Yeah.
That guy from The Hangover, what was he, 51 when he got cast in The Hangover?
Yeah, you
Anders
never know.
Friesen from In Flames didn't. When did they get their first recording contract? It was like 41 or something.
I think so.
I got time.
I'm gonna let you build your own festival. 3-day festival, regional, national, and I know they hate this word, female fronted.
You want a headliner for each 3 days, or you just want me to just lump a bunch of folks into it that I want to play with and want to see?
A bunch of folks into it.
Let's start with female fronted. I'd go back 5 years and put OTEP on the bill before she got as vehemently angry as she's been lately. I'd do Angela Gassow's Arch Enemy. I'd put that up there. Straight Line Stitch. When they were still a band, that'd be my top 3 female fronted that I'd split on days. I've said Limp Bizkit. Joe said 36 Crazy Fist. I would definitely want both of those. Just to appease the angsty teenager in me. I would throw Slipknot on one day, The Used on a different day, and AFI on a different day. Joe, you can have the second half of that lineup.
I'd throw some Coheed on there. Some do some Mike Kim, MXPX. Just I throw a bunch of pop punk on there, probably.
I want to bring back Chimera. Joe, I'd bring back. That's about 11 bands. I think that's the headliners, and then a bunch of my local buddies that still exist to pop back on it.
So who are the locals that you want on?
Alive or Dead. I'd bring back Rustin Luther and American High and Urizen. I'd bring back American Head Charge. Who else? I mean, you got me thinking of dead people from that question before. I'm remembering everybody that's gone. My buddies in China Kills Girls before Chris Carrick had passed away. My buddy Danny Torres is a rapper. We throw some Tech Nine on there.
So which day would you put yourself on? The first or the last? Because of course you want to enjoy the show.
And I'd put me dead in the middle, 3 down from headlining, so I wouldn't be exhausted, and I could stick around for all 3 days without being a bitchy queen about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure I packed enough sunscreen so I didn't get 3rd-degree blisters on my ears the last few times I've gone to festivals.
Makes sense.
With the entire writing process, is it skeleton or is it lyrics first, then instrumentals, or is it?
I write poetry on my own, or I'll do free verse writing. And Joe's got a background in audio and music production. Matt's got a background self-taught with audio and music production. And honestly, I've got books on books on books of lyrics. I've got memos, notepads, whatever. So, they'll come in with something emotionally charged typically, or a 3/4 done skeleton of a song with a riff, a lick, a beat, and I'll rattle a cadence around in my head with what I have, and what fits. I'll pick up an emotional vibe off of something and, flip through my book until I find something that fits, or I'll just pen something on the spot. Joe's played both guitar and drums. He can speak to their end more than I can.
Yeah. So like I usually start like instrumentally before any lyrics pop up on there. Like Cam will come in and kind of mess around and during practice while we're still kind of building to try to get like a cadence going of something that he likes, and we'll just go from there. Because when I used to be on guitar, I would just start off with the riff and just build off that one riff and keep going and going.
I come in like the scat man.
Yeah. Until we just come up with one, because our last song we pretty much just built in one practice. It was just started off with the riff and built it from there. I think we pretty much had the entire song just about, besides the breakdown.
Oh, we didn't finish lyrics and recording until yesterday. We performed the song live twice. So
That must have been interesting.
that's a word I'd use. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, some fun questions here. If you could be any object in the world, what would you want to be? And people are not objects, so make that clear.
Am I sentient or am I just the object? Can I think and feel and see, or am I just the object?
It'd be kind of weird if you could see. You're just the object, because that
Just
can
the
go very south real quickly.
Just looking around the room.
I want to be that convertible that Elon launched to fucking Mars.
Okay.
Think it'd be spectacular views of a car. I'm not chilly. Nobody to bug me. Just hurtling into the vast.
I don't know. Probably just a bed. I like laying down a lot, so I can make this chair lay down if I wanted to.
You would be the green screen at a Victoria's Secret shoot.
Okay.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when you got kicked out, your video did too. So you just have to go back to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to
do
screen
that
share button
again,
again.
so I can play
Got it.
a little bit of it, so everybody can go watch it.
Absolutely. Can you see that?
Yep.
Cool. You let me know when to hit that big fat play button.
You can hit play.
All right, cool.
Sincerely, I'm sorry I'm afraid. Before you let us stray, attention grab my other hand. Well, intellect decays. Illusion and signs a self-centered voice, eating from the blade of their lies. Corruption of values, whereas a long-time high. Tearing down the walls around me. Hard to find the meaning within the shadow. Wake me up, I must be dreaming. Searching for the truth, to avoid the gallows. Covered, they afflicted, will afflict the comfortable.
There, so we don't get flagged. Was that all AI or?
Yeah, so I believe the way Matt had done it is that he took some pictures that he went through AI and then went through an AI video software to make the image move and just kind of piece it all together. Yeah, you're not on. Nope. You're muted.
You have to do it on. He has to do it on his side.
You got You gotta do it in the
Yeah, I can't unmute. Can't unmute
That's
you.
There you go. There you
There
go.
you go.
ugly.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a way to do that. I watched it. I watched it like yesterday, and I'm like, this is pretty freaking awesome.
Check.
Yep.
Hey, am I back?
Yeah,
Cool.
you're back.
Oh, fantastic. AI had been, kind of a hot button issue once, ChatGPT and OpenAI and Lemelo had gotten up and running. And band name being Cutthroat Conspiracy, we'd seen a lot of tinfoil hat people being like, that's going to put all artists out of business. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. So Matt fed I can't even recall what program he did because I didn't touch it, but fed them the lyrics and they came up with what you see there. And if you're a lyrical person and you want to read them and follow along, one kind of has nothing to do with the other other than the bless the fall line is the only motif I can get. So the video is more of a commentary on others' paranoia from a video perspective, but he did, feed it in, had ChatGPT to the storyline, and then fed, its storyline into an image engine, and then there's probably I think 120 images in there that he used an animator and made them, move back and forth second and a half for some animation and left it raw and as is. I mean, you can obviously see that it's not perfect. There's AI people in there that are playing drums that don't move hands. There's faces that are tearing. AI can't draft people that walk or even speak, when this was in there. It can't render the same person over and over again. You could type in what you looked like as a vocalist or a drummer over and over and over again. It's going to draw a different picture every time. So, I mean,
So, how long did that take to make? I mean, how many hours?
according to him, he's a graphic designer. Some of the images are his when he couldn't, get something that fit. Some of them are generated, but they're all animated, in brief second and a half instances by an AI image engine. But what do you say, about 44 to 48 hours roughly?
Just
Oh,
about.
wow.
I think he spent the first like 20 hours on it. Just
Just to figure out how it worked and give us 37 seconds worth of material and go,
Yeah.
yay or nay, does this look cool enough? And we said, yeah. So like his first draft was probably took him at least a week worth of computer labor to generate. So yeah, at least 40 hours, not including the time we spent recording the damn thing.
Yeah.
If money was not an issue, what instrument do you always wanted that you don't have? Or gear?
I mean, it's useless, but I've always wanted to dick around with a theremin. I don't know if you've seen one of those. It's two electronic towers spaced, and it's almost got like a little beam that does LiDAR or something in between it, and where you put your hand plays a different
You
tone.
don't touch.
Yeah, you're essentially hand playing in the phantom zone to make noise, and I think it's fucking wild. I want one.
I think I would give
Maybe
me
for
just
Christmas.
yeah. I think I would give me a better drum set like an SJC or something like that. With some of the Minor Dark Classic cymbals and just give me a whole array of stuff.
Like symbol wise, what do you use?
I'm using Minos. That's how you pronounce it.
But MEINL,
Yeah.
mini gold vinyl.
Yeah.
And is there a specific pedals you like using?
I'm using the Pearl Demonators right now. I'm a lefty, so it's kind of hard to come around lefty style stuff. Because I had ordered them as lefty, but they came to me right-footed, and apparently they have a way to reverse them. So I just ended up doing that instead of sending it back in. So yeah, everything worked out just fine. And I ended up switching the chain drive to a direct drive. So
I know it's an odd question: shoe on or shoe off?
oh man, I usually do shoe off. I just feel like
I normally ask the drummer that because like it depends on where you are. I mean, depends on what club you are or where you're playing if you want your shoes off or not. But
I'm typically like all the time. I'm more than likely I'm wearing flip flops. So
okay, I'm just saying it makes a difference if shoe on, shoe off. How you have to step.
Yeah.
You know, Rob, Joe dresses in public much like you appear right now. Are you a flip flop man yourself? If Joe wasn't at home, he'd be in a tank top and a flat bill hat.
I was in the tank top before.
I normally don't dress like this. It's just summertime. I'm normally in probably a work uniform or my own merch, walking around. I gotta promote somehow. I need sponsors. Exactly. No, look, I mean, if I'm not wearing the hat, I'm wearing the shirt. If I'm at a show or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I was in the tank top before, so.
Except for your own, is there any shows you're looking forward to seeing this summer?
I'm going to see Falling in Reverse and the August 29th. And then we got a Green Day on September 11th.
September 30th, I'm going to see Narcissus Cookbook, little Scottish indie folk thing that I'm really into for some ungodly reason. And who else was coming that was cringy that I wanted to buy tickets to?
Mr. Durst is coming by you.
Yep, that was it. But I almost bought the Gideon and Ghost Inside tickets until I figured out Gideon wasn't on the Dallas stop. So those were three I was excited about. I'm still excited about two of the three.
I'll be at Hailstorm, I Prevail, Hollywood Undead, and Fit for a King.
Hollywood Undead puts on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
We used to have a radio station here called The Edge, and they played How the Edge Stole Christmas. And fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Like people are sleeping, what do you call it? You go on Groupon, you get your ticket for $20, and you just upgrade when you get there.
Hell, down here, they've been charging so much for tickets that no one's been buying the top end. The last two major venues that I've walked into, we went and saw Kill Switch, Lamb of God, and Animals as Leaders, and got GA that was supposed to be in the upper deck, and we got there, and no one bought any of the close-up seats, so they just upgraded everybody to standing room, and you got pit VIP. And the last three large grade shows that I've been to that had a lawn ended up upgrading everybody. Nobody's going to shit. It's way too expensive.
Yeah.
So I was just at Joan Jett and Alanis Morissette. I was supposed to be in one. I upgraded for $25, and I was row 101. Just chilling.
Jesus. How was All Anus? I've always wanted to see her play.
Good. I mean, her and Joan Jett were really good. And I have to shout out, what do you call it, Morgan Wade. I never heard of her before, and it was really good. Like people think I'm just a metalhead. I go to, you say concert, I say where and how much. Depends on how much it is, if I'm gonna go or not.
Dude, I saw Hanson as a kid when they opened Grapevine Mills. I don't care. I like music. It just happens to be that this is what I can do. And I don't even like listening to myself.
My first concert was Britney Spears and LFO.
Hell yeah. Mine was the first Family Values tour.
Oh,
Nice.
I would have killed to see that. As far as dumb shit goes, I've seen Willie Nelson live. I've seen Ed Sheeran. I've seen David Allen Coe. Uh,
Freaking worked with David Allen Coe.
yeah.
No, like I think it's funny. Like, okay, we're big guys and whatever. You think we're just gonna be mosh killers? No, we go to other things. You know, like
I used to play pool with my dad, and one of the moments where I turned the page, I got drunk enough and said "fuck it," and I was really into Kesha, and I look just like I do now, just bald head, band shirt, death metal shirt, whatever. Walked up and played TikTok when that came out. you get weird looks, but everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I'm vibing." Yeah, I stopped giving a damn.
yeah,
I'm tired. I'm tired of the phrase "guilty pleasure." It either pleases you or it doesn't. Like, hell, Joe and I do suicide karaoke. For God's sakes, we let people pick other stuff. We'll fucking sing show tunes. Like, don't care. If you like it, if you vibe with it, bump it, man. Who cares?
But what's your normal go-to karaoke song?
The one I
Mine's
sing
probably-
them. Go ahead.
So mine's probably Our Lady Peace, Somewhere Out There.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yeah.
I do Drops of Jupiter. I'll do
You get requested to do drowning pool almost.
yeah,
every time.
I get free drinks to do Bodies from Drowning Pool. I did
I'm not
Whitney
surprised.
Houston last week. Just Can't Wait to Be King. Aqua's Barbie Girl. I'll Make a Man Out of You from the Milan soundtrack. Dude, I love Life After Love from Cher. I built the hell out of that at karaoke.
I have
That's
to hear
fun.
it.
Check my TikTok.
All right, send it over. Let's go.
You got it.
What is that? I mean, except for hockey and pool, what would bring you back to being a child? Like, is there something you haven't done in a very long time that if you were able to go do it, you just smile ear to ear? Like an amusement park or bull riding or
If I had the knees again, probably go back to skateboarding. I used to skate all the time. Like I still got boards and everything. I just can't. My knees don't allow it.
Man, I've tried to get my son into skateboard and he fucking hates it.
I could sit on the board and roll. My feet are on the ground. I've jumped out of a plane once. I'm over it. It's fine. I don't. What do you call it? Big guys, we fall so hard. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Dude, I want to find a really cool tree that I think could hold my weight.
Dude,
Just
my old tree back when I was younger, dude. I used to climb the shit out of that tree. It was the greatest thing ever. That was like my club. That was like my tree house.
I take my son probably once every quarter to one of those trampoline parks, but that shit takes me back.
Yeah.
I love the hell out of that. They've got
those
like
are
those
fun.
altitudes and stuff down here, but I'm always afraid I'm over 200 pounds now. I breathe with my mouth open when I jump, and I'm afraid I'm going to lop my tongue off with my own freaking teeth every time I. Or some overweight child's going to double jump me, and my left knee's just going to buckle under my own weight, something like that.
That's funny you say left knee because I have the same freaking issues. It's my goddamn left knee. Like once in a while I'm fine. Next it's.
Dude, I thought it would be great to sit on the hood of my buddy's car while he was at a stop sign, and he tried to like rev the engine and lurch forward to kind of like make me slide off.
Yeah.
And he went to hit the brake and hit more gas and ran me over. So that ankle, that knee.
Yeah.
My great big ass kept me from going all the way under there, but my left foot ping ponged underneath that car quite a few times. So that knee, that ankle, no sir, no bueno, no mas.
Yeah, I don't even crowd surf anymore. I'm like, no. Like I want to like one last time, but I'm just like, I know it's not going to be a good experience for anybody that's involved.
Yeah, too big to even try crowd surfing. Don't want to give them all my weight. Carry me.
Or even jumping off stage. I just can't. No. I want to so badly, but I know it's not going to be the best solution coming out.
I did that one time only, and I was at an MXPX concert. I climbed up on stage while they were playing, and I was like, I saw everybody was jumping up there and jumping off and everything. I was like, all right, my turn. Went there, went to go jump off. Everybody's like, no. It's like, all right, cool. Fuck me then.
Have you ever fell off stage?
No, not. I haven't.
I have not personally fallen. I have prevented others from falling, but I have not fallen myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. Almost passed out from screaming wrong. Just like doing one of my long belting screams and just not using my diaphragm right. And I stopped screaming. I was like, oh crap, I'm dizzy. And that was at a Gas Monkey show. We didn't have a lot of space up front because we had like 2 other bands that were already set up on stage. Almost tripped over a mic stand that was behind me, trying to get my balance back.
Okay, apparently they think I answered somebody's question and the YouTube thought it was spam.
Oh, dude, I've had the private chat tab open the whole time. I haven't even been reading these comments. Holy crap!
No, that's the private chat. No, the private chat is just for us.
Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot.
No, there hasn't been directed towards the band yet. That's why I haven't put them on the screen yet. But
I got you.
so, what was the best advice you were given and the worst? It could be musically, life. It could be any of that.
Probably go both ways. Give up. I'm not giving up.
Honestly, I don't know why the first thing that pops in my head is inhale screams sound good. They don't. They hurt you. Don't do them. Don't try them. If you've ever given yourself a hickey as a child on your arm, that's essentially what you're doing to your larynx, is sucking on your own larynx with inhaled air and creating a pressure pocket and blisters in your own throat. Don't fricking do that. I don't care which death metal twat tells you that they can and it don't hurt. It hurts. They're wrong.
So what came easier for you, fries or?
Shit. Honestly,
probably mids for me.
Not to sound like an old fart, but like all these YouTube tutorials on how to scream and what to do and how to use diaphragm. Well, Michelle Cross didn't, release her first DVD, getting advice from like Randy Blythe and Homeboy from Machine Head until I was in college. So, like, I had to figure it out on my own. And what I used to do as a kid was like put too much sugar in my Kool-Aid. And if you've ever had that like wet, syrupy, viscous mouthfeel, I'd half swallow some spit and yell through that gargle. And I was like, oh, cool, I figured it out. I got the magic now.
I figured it out reading alternative press. There's an interview with Corey Taylor, and he's talking about how to scream, and he's like, just use the same muscle you use to take a shit. The same muscle you use to push. That's how.
I saw that episode.
But Fries came first. When I enlisted, I was guidon bearer for my platoon. I did a lot of yelling. I went full Froggy from Little Rascals. When I moved back, I had to teach myself a different way to speak because I had hurt myself yelling cadences and running Jodies in the military. I came back, taught myself a different way, and learned diaphragm projection. And then it took another 2 years to get my upper register back with my Fries. So Fries first, burnt myself, diaphragmatic projection to do lows, and then I figured out mouth shape and honestly hand shape before because
tongue placement.
Tongue placement too. Honestly, before if you don't have an audio background and want to figure out how to do reverb without having the knobs to do it, hand placement, mic cupping, you can figure that out. I know people say not to do it, but like if you're not an idiot and can learn from your mistakes and stand far enough away from a vocal monitor, you can figure out how to project. You can figure out how to hand shape, mouth shape, tongue placement to hit notes you can't naturally hit in a normal singing tone. There's all kind of cheat ways you can do shit.
I mean, cupping the mic, like, I get it. I mean, it's all about the person that's using the mic. If they feel comfortable literally grabbing onto it upside down, left to right, let them.
Yeah, I mean, sound guys are snobs. There's rockists. It's like racists for rock that have their opinions on who's a poser and who's not, and what's real metal and what's not, and what's real music and what's not. Those people exist, but like people made fun of Jimi Hendrix in person for holding the guitar stupid, and now he's a legend. Your instrument is an instrument. It's a tool. You can tune shit weird. You can do things weird. You can find different pedals. You can play with fuzz. You can play clean. You can do all that stuff. I think a microphone is the same way. You look at anyone from the new metal scene from 01 to 09 or anyone in alternative rock, every one of those ding-dongs is cupping the microphone or wrapping a cord around their wrist or doing spinny bullshit. Like, hell, the Beatles on Sgt. Pepper, before those effects existed, they put microphones on ceiling fans to get ambient rotary effects. Like, fuck off.
Well, we can go earlier back of like 92, 93. I'm trying to think. What do you call it? Even before wireless mics, you had, what do you call it, Eddie Vedder. You had, hand placement. Hand placement really shouldn't really matter.
It does, depending on how big your vocal projection is. Like a lot of the guys you hear, a lot of death metal stuff, they don't scream. What they're doing is a whisper, and that mic is hot. Like, they can't get anything anywhere near it. They can't even wear lip or facial piercings near it because it'll squeak. But you got guys in the hardcore scene that are actively belting till a blood vessel bursts in their head. If you've got Chester, you can watch old videos where they watch them as Hybrid Theory, and he'll admit he was doing his own reverb with hand cupping and repeating words on his own because they didn't understand audio back then. Like, it does have something to do with it.
I mean, it does, but if you feel more comfortable upside down.
Yeah. I don't care if you hang from your ankles and be a bat. Like, if it works for you, it works for you. I don't shit.
So what's going on with the new record? Anything, any dates or anything?
Joe, what you got? What's on your mind?
So, from what we were discussing, we're planning on just putting out a single every 3 or 4 months. I believe that was the plan. Instead of working on a a full album, and once we get enough songs recorded out, we're going to release like an EP. Because working on an album, because we had planned to release Trials of Self 2 years before we even released it. Because then there was like a bunch of back and forth, like we want this song on there, and just trying to figure out like getting everybody together and trying to get the songs mixed out and recorded and everything. And it was very stressful time for us, just trying to get that album out. So we think it's just better just to keep instead of putting it all out there at once and having your attention for short amount of time, we just keep putting them out every couple months. That way y'all have something new, something exciting.
Well, I think if it wasn't for COVID and unemployment, working from home, Trials itself would have never gotten done.
Yeah.
And you know, I think everybody in the band, save one of us, has kids and a full-time job and then some. Getting 5 people in one room just to practice and rehearse is a pain in the butt. Nonetheless, getting them to sit down and write 9 to 12 songs for a full album and then pay, $300 to $500 for mixing and mastering per thing. Mm-hmm. It's a huge hurdle to crawl over. So I figured as far as attention and stuff goes, albums wouldn't be the way to go. We'd put out a single every 3 to 4 months until we can get like a 6-track LP going and amalgamate that. If that makes any amount of sense.
No, it does, because of the time, the effort, and honestly, people's attention spans. Okay, well, they just dropped the entire album. It gives them more stuff to look forward to. If you just drop it all at once, okay, they're not going to come out with another album in 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, you see that shit with streaming. Like Stranger Things, they'll take them 3 years to release a whole new season. They'll release it all at once, and you'll binge it in 12 hours.
Okay. Be done with it.
I'm waiting for Wednesday to come back. Like, I mean, I always have music. I mean, to be honest, I always have music on. I don't really watch TV that much. Maybe clips or, YouTube stuff here and there. But I don't really, not a TV person anymore these days. But yeah, I'm actually excited to see what happens next with that.
We're getting excited to release it too.
Yeah. So before we actually wrap this up, do you have anything you would like to say to your fans?
From my perspective, we appreciate y'all for sticking around. People are busy. There's plenty of other shit to listen to in an oversaturated market, but we hope what we've brought to you has been meaningful, uplifting, aggressive, can fit the mood that you're in. And we had some staffing changes and stuff like that, but we're gonna keep pushing and keep releasing our specific brand of music as long as we possibly can. Appreciate y'all being along for the ride. We've got another song in the can as of yesterday that I just released, did vocals for. So that's gonna move into a mixing and mastering process, and we're gonna shoot a video for that one. That one should be out within the next month or two. So that'll put us well within the timeline that we wanted to be and promised everybody that would be on. We've got some shows going on locally. We're probably booked out until the end of the year. We're playing with Rose Funeral and Asmodee in August on the 17th. We're booked at the Rail here locally September 27th with Widow 7 and Transient. And we're booked with Smile Empty Soul in November. So if y'all are in Texas or, even in our little area, we'd appreciate y'all coming out and paying us a visit and continuing to be along for the ride. You got anything you want to mention, Joe?
Stay tuned, because we got some cool shit. Because we got at least like 3 to 5 songs in the burner right now that we're getting ready to start finishing up recording and getting everything going.
Yeah, but Matt and I were considering going back. We've probably got 15 songs from 2 lineups ago, roughly, that we had dreams of putting out and never got the ability to. So we may even release, a Cutthroat best of album once we finish remastering some of those.
An old Throat album.
Yeah, old Throat album. Yeah.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
I think it'd be fantastic. There's a lot of stuff that I put, we put blood, sweat, tears, and effort into. It wasn't like the whole country, but we've played 6 other states doing this other stuff, and that's a lot for a self-funded band doing it out of their own pocket. And
Yeah.
I'd love to see the songs get to, be put into a format where it could be listened to. Even if y'all don't like it, shit, I want to hear it. I want to be able to tap back into it without having to get 5 guys in a room from yesteryear just to play it again so I can hear it. So it'd be dope.
But I do want to thank you guys for your time. I know the time difference and lives and everything else. Just a reminder that this is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Twitch is just Concert Rob because it wouldn't let me finish what I was saying. And I don't do underscore or anything.
Yeah.
So, and probably this will be on TikTok later. It's just Rob M. Rosenthal. Same thing for Cameo, Rob M. Rosenthal. And before we leave, and I'm gonna probably see you guys here too. Every subscriber from now on, I'm putting a penny in a jar. When we hit a certain amount, that money is going to St. Jude right now. So we're at 1,185. So I believe that's like close to $12 at the moment. I'm trying to raise about 500. So like, share, and do all those lovely things, and we're gonna donate some money.
Thank you for doing that. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And there probably will be another giveaway in a couple months or so keep your eyes out.
If y'all are interested, our website, cutthroatconspiracy.com, y'all are signed up for our mailing list, I will mail you a sticker. They are huge. They're obnoxious. We've got some that are as large to fill up your whole back window. And if you're crazy and like us enough to put something that size in your car, I will give it to you for free, and I will ship it to you for free. If you sign up for our mailing list on our YouTube, it's on cutthroatconspiracy.com. Put your email in there and, send me a photo of you subscribe to our YouTube. We've got stickers that are 4 inches by a foot, at 4 inches tall by a foot wide, and then what's the big one? 12-inch by 3 foot that'll cover your whole back windshield. If you want something that big, that large, I'll let you pick your damn color. I will mail it to you if you're crazy enough to put that shit on your car. But yeah,
I have no car, but I know where I can put it.
I
Not up there though. No.
I want to be your first tramp stamp, Rob. If you do that, I'll give you everything we ever do for the rest of my life. I'll shave your back to put my logo on your tramp stamp.
That's enticing, but no. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. This is once again on every platform you can think of, and I will hopefully see everybody in a week or 2. I don't really have anything scheduled, but you never know. I pop up here whenever I feel like it.
Awesome.
Have a great night, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.